Welcome to the Gurukul Prep Daily Podcast on 20th September. Update 1. Important Day. International Day of Peace, September 21. International Day of Peace is an annual global event held on 21st September to encourage peace around the world. It was founded by the United Nations General Assembly in 1981, and 2 decades later, in 2001, the General Assembly decided overwhelmingly to designate this day as a day of nonviolence and ceasefire. This year marks the 25th anniversary of the United Nations General Assembly's adoption of the Declaration and Programme of Action for a Culture of Peace. This year's celebration theme is Cultivating a Culture of Peace. Update 2. Important Day. World Alzheimer's Day, September 21. World Alzheimer's Day is commemorated every year on 21st September to increase awareness about Alzheimer's disease and dementia, foster understanding, and battle the stigma associated with these disorders. Alzheimer's Disease International, ADI, established World Alzheimer's Day in 1994 to commemorate the organization's 10th anniversary. ADI is a global federation of Alzheimer's associations dedicated to raising awareness of Alzheimer's disease and related dementias. The theme for World Alzheimer's Day 2024 is Time to Act on Dementia, Time to Act on Alzheimer's. Update 3. Important Day. International Red Panda Day 2024, September 21. International Red Panda Day is commemorated annually on the third Saturday of September. Red pandas are in decline because they have fewer opportunities to live and thrive in their natural habitats. This year, the day will be observed on 21st September. The Red Panda Network founded International Red Panda Day in 2010 to raise awareness of the dramatic decline in the population of this mysterious mammal found in Asia's dense jungles. According to the International Union for Conservation of Nature, IUCN, the red panda has been marked as an endangered species. Update 4. Agreement. Malayalam film industry to make wage agreement mandatory from October 1. The Kerala Film Producers Association has declared that the service wage agreement will be enforced compulsory on 1st October. The Association of Malayalam Movie Artists, AMMA, and the Film Employees Federation of Kerala, FEFCA, have each received a letter from the association. A copy of this letter is shared on social media. The producer group's letter required that the performers and technicians sign a service wage agreement. According to the agreement, all those working in the industry must acquire remuneration contracts if the payment exceeds 1 lakh rupees. Update 5. Appointment. RBI approves reappointment of V. Vaidyanathan as IDFC First Bank MD. The Reserve Bank of India, RBI, has approved V. Vaidyanathan's reappointment as MD and CEO of IDFC First Bank for 3 years, from 19 December 2024 to 18 December 2027. Vaidyanathan formerly worked for Citibank and ICICI Bank before starting Capital First in 2012. In 2018, he merged Capital First with IDFC Bank, becoming the MD and CEO of the amalgamated firm, which was renamed IDFC First Bank. The bank provides customized financial solutions to corporations, individuals, small and micro enterprises, SMEs, entrepreneurs, financial institutions and the government. Update 6. Banking. Union Bank of India will open 4 women-centric branches in the country. Union Bank of India MD and CEO A. Manimekalai stated that the bank intends to open 4 women-centric branches nationwide to support women entrepreneurs by meeting their needs. Ms. Manimekalai, speaking at a women entrepreneurs meeting organized by the bank's Mangaluru Zonal Office for Entrepreneurs from Kerala, Dakshina Kannada, and Udupi districts, stated that Union Bank was organizing similar events in other cities across the country. The bank has initiated the empowerment of women through various women-centric products. Update 7. National Modi 3.0 government sanctions 12,554 crore rupees for disaster relief. According to sources, the centre has already allocated 12,554 crore rupees to several states this year to relieve and rehabilitate persons affected by various natural calamities. So far, the National Disaster Mitigation Fund, National Disaster Response Fund, State Disaster Mitigation Fund, and State Disaster Response Fund have sanctioned approximately 12,554 crore rupees to multiple states for urban flood management, fire services, glacial lake outburst flood risk mitigation, and other disaster mitigation. According to a senior official of the Union Home Ministry who listed the highlights of the Modi 3.0 government's first 100 days. Update 8. Rank and Report. India is set to become the third largest economy by 2030-31. India is on course to become the world's third largest economy by fiscal 2032-31, thanks to a strong predicted annual growth rate of 6.7%, according to credit rating agency S&P Global's India Forward Emerging Perspectives report. Along with its estimates, the credit rating agency proposed several actions to boost economic growth. To maintain the growth momentum, the report added that the continued reforms are crucial to improving business transactions and logistics, boosting private sector investment, and reducing reliance on public capital. Update 9. Schemes and Committees. Atal Pension Yojana, APY, subscribers at 69 million. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said that around 7 million people are enrolled to the Atal Pension Yojana, APY, whose corpus has grown to 35,149 crore rupees. APY is a low-cost pension program that provides an assured minimum pension of rupees 1,000 to 5,000 per month from the age of 60, depending on subscribers' payments. If the subscriber dies, the spouse will get the same pension for the remainder of their life. In the event of the death of both the subscriber and the spouse, the entire corpus is given to the nominee. Update 10. State. Maharashtra State Board to adopt NCERT for Maths and Science. According to Sandhya Nair, the Maharashtra government plans to implement National Council for Educational Research and Training, NCERT, textbooks for mathematics and science in state board schools beginning with the next academic year. The texts will be phased in, beginning with classes 1, 3, 5, 8, and 11 in 2025-26. The history and geography curriculum will stay unchanged, with a few additions from the NCERT prescribed course. The transition from the current Bal Bharti coursework to NCERT textbooks is planned to coincide with the introduction of the National Education Policy in school education next year.